With Burnout being such a surprise hit for Acclaim, it's actually no surprise that a sequel was inevitable, Burnout 2: Point of Impact. The sequel was released on the same platforms as the original, PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. The PS2 version was released on October 3rd, 2002 for North America, and October 11th, 2002 for Europe. The GameCube version followed on April 8th, 2003 for North America, and May 9th, 2003 for Europe. Finally, the Xbox version was released last on May 1st, 2003 for North America, and May 9th, 2003 for Europe. There's not much development history to this one that's documented, and how it came to be was pretty straightforward. Though if you lived in the UK when it came out, you may remember a little promotion Acclaim wanted to do where they would reimburse any driver in the UK who got a speeding ticket. The government didn't like this, so the plan was cancelled. Stupid marketing campaign aside, Burnout 2 is a serious improvement over the first game. How big of an improvement? Quite a big one, actually. Let's take a look. Burnout 2 is not that much different from its predecessor, but before you can get into the main meat of the game, you'll have to go through the game's tutorial mode known as Offensive Driving 101. This mode serves as a refresher for returning players and an introduction for new players about what to expect. You'll learn how to earn and use boosts, driving on the wrong side of the road, near misses, drifting, and getting air. Burnouts do work the same as they do in the last game. Empty boost bar when doing a boost earning action, and you'll get more. And the rest of the game is very easy to pick up on since it pretty much plays like the first. Dodge traffic, earn boost and use it, and race around a circuit track for a set number of laps. Once you complete the tutorial, the game's main modes open up. You can do single races on any unlocked track, and time attack to get the best time. Once again, the main mode is Championship mode. You will have a series of races to complete. Depending on where you place, you'll earn a specific number of points. Keep atop all races to get the max number of points, or just get enough for first, and you'll win that cup. Face-offs that helped unlock cars seen in the previous games are now counted in Championship mode. They work the same as last time. You'll also have one-off point A to B sprint races, and you'll do pursuits on these sprints as well, where you'll even drive as a cop to stop dangerous drivers, all the Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. Lather, rinse, repeat until you get to the Custom Championship mode, which is a bit shorter but more tougher than the regular Championship mode. You'll race here for better variants of the cars. While time limits are still here in the races like the first, credits are eliminated. I love this. It fixed the one thing I hated about the first game by eliminating something that shouldn't have been there in the first place. The game also autosaves in between races, and if you screw up, you can reset the console and it will load in from where you last left off in the Grand Prix. You only have to worry about this with cups. When you finish the main Championship mode, you've got one new mode awaiting you. Crash mode. There are a specific number of crash junctions. These junctions are sections of the city that a ridiculous amount of traffic will pop in at any given time. You head in from a road that leads into this junction, and you have to find the right section to crash. When that happens, a massive wreck with all the traffic in the vicinity commences. After the wreck plays out, you'll get a total score. The dollar amount of how much the wreck costs in general times the amount of cars in the crash will net you the final score. The first several junctions are pretty easy to figure out, but the later ones can get pretty difficult. It's almost like a puzzle game, and it's very challenging to figure out which part will cause the biggest wreck, but it's also very rewarding to get that gold. Sometimes you just want to play this more than the Championship mode, but you will need the better cars for the later junctions, so you should alternate between the modes. With the improvements to the gameplay, the already good control scheme from the last game just got a whole lot better. You do feel more in control of the cars, and the 180 turn issue from the last game is mitigated here, though it still may happen on occasion with faster cars. Since the controls aren't much different from the last game, they're easier to pick up for returning players, and new players should adapt just fine. You can also adjust the layout on the Xbox version now, which is nice, though you don't have control over your car once it crashes in crash mode, but given that this was the first game to introduce it, I think that's a bit more excusable. The graphics have also improved quite a bit. One thing that the team wanted to improve was the HUD and overall presentation. The HUD in the first game had a more generic look to it, but here we get some more uniqueness in the HUD. There's actual fire in the boost meter, so it's not generic. The speedometer also looks cleaner and more like a special tachometer. Score and time have also changed font to reflect this. The car models also look more shiny and detailed than the previous games, though traffic graphics are only upgraded a little bit. The level designs have also focused solely on a US feel to them, leaving any European influence behind in the first game, until the third one that is. It has a very LA feel to it, almost like the Fast and the Furious. In fact, in an interview, the team mentioned how they saw the film before they started development on the sequel. Hell, there's a car there that resembles the Mitsubishi Eclipse from that film. The buildings have more detail, the roads are designed to feel tighter, and it overall helps make the racing feel more intense. Other environmental designs and textures look good for the time and fit the game's feel. From coastal to downtown to rural and even some desert areas, it works. Even the menus adopt their own street racing identity and less of the turn of the millennium things seen in the previous game. Oh, and the crashes are even more detailed and look even more insane. Especially the crash mode crashes, which take everything about regular crashes and amplifies them by 10. The sound has also been updated to reflect this as well. The music is starting to lean more into the rock direction, more guitar, and less of the techno/electronica, though you do get a little bit of it here and there. It also still sounds good and fits the game's tone. Sound effects have also been modified to enhance the game's feeling. Menu sounds now have a unique sound, and in-game racing sounds are better. Boost and engine sounds sound more powerful, car crash sound effects sound even more impactful, near misses sound more closer, and the sound just really makes you feel even more there compared to the first game. Replayability is also here as well, not just from the amount of stuff you can unlock, but also getting the high score in crash mode alone. Hell, the GameCube and Xbox versions have 15 additional crash junctions for you to spend time in. The Xbox version also has more car skins and Xbox Live leaderboard support, hopefully to be restored via Insignia at some point. And I do believe it also has custom soundtracks. And you can also play the first game's soundtrack as well, regardless of the version you have, which is pretty nice. Burnout 2 does what every good sequel should. Take what the first one did right, improve upon it, get rid of what didn't work, and add some new features. It looks, sounds, and controls, and even plays better than the first, has plenty of content to keep you coming back, takes out a lot of the egregious crap that hurt the first game like limited continues, and the crash mode was an excellent addition that still served the series well to this day, even if it was gone in Paradise and Dominator. However, the game itself still does have some of the pains left behind by the first, and the PS2 version is the most limited of the bunch. There isn't many flaws to this game, and I can recommend this as both a good starting point for newcomers looking to get into the franchise, and, well, returning players obviously, but you probably already have played it. Of course, if you come from beating the first, you'll still enjoy it, maybe even a bit more. I give Burnout 2 Point of Impact a 4 out of 5. Now, this game still holds up to this day, and with the next entry, Burnout's fun will be taken to a whole other level of insanity. Just you wait, my friends. Just you wait. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, click the big red button below to subscribe. Check out the other links in the description for more cool stuff, and check out the playlist on screen for more content. See you in the next video.